Hi, this screencast is intended for grade level teachers to learn how to enter scores in for the end of module assessments for Eureka Math. This particular screencast is designed for teachers at grade 3. In this particular scenario, I am logged in as a third grade teacher, and in this scenario I have already administered the paper-based tests to my students, and I've collected those back and I've given a rubric score to each of the questions for each of the students. I'm now at the place where I want to enter those scores into the Illuminate system. I've logged into the home page and I see the multicolored tiles that you will see on the home page when you log in for the first time. One thing I've done to assist all 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teachers is to make the Module 1 assessments a district-wide favorite. In order to take advantage of that, you want to find a tile on the home page that says View Favorites. It will show you only the favorites that are specific to your grade level, so in this particular case, I'm only seeing the grade 3 end of module assessment. And the next step you would take would be to click on the title of that assessment. However, I'm going to close this out and show you a second way to do this in case you don't find it for some reason under the favorites, or you want to move ahead on another assessment that I have not favorited. You would go up here to the black menu bar and you're looking for the word Assessments. You click on that and a menu pops down below. And the first selection that you have says List Assessments. In this particular case, it happens to be first, but if it's your first time in the system, it may not be there. At the top of the list, I should say. In which case, you could enter in grade 3 in the search menu and click on Search, and it will go through all of the assessments that you have access to and find those that have grade 3 in the title. In this case, it found the Module 1 assessment. So just like I would do under favorites, if I do it this way, I'm going to go ahead and click on the title of the assessment. What happens is another page pops open, but then immediately another page overlays on top of that, and that's this white square that you see with some text in it. And this is a gentle warning system from Illuminate letting you know that you have an assessment that's associated with you, but none of your students have any responses. So it says, let's change that. So in this particular scenario, I would look for the word Enter with a little pencil icon next to it, meaning I'm telling Illuminate I want to manually enter in scores for my students. The next page is for selecting which students you want to give scores to. Normally, you're going to do the home class, which means you don't have to do anything but find my students. However, if you had a student who was absent and you're coming in later to enter scores, you can use the Students tab to find one particular student and enter scores by student by student. But normally you would just ignore all of this and click on Find Students, and you'll be taken to a class roster, alphabetical by last name, where you can enter in the rubric scores for your students. Up near the top, you're going to notice a Save button, and by default, the autosave should be checked in there, which means in addition to you clicking the Save button, it's going to be periodically saving your data as you go along. We have the student ID, student first and last name, and then the data entry fields. The date taken field is completely optional. It's just an extra field that it is in Illuminate but was not in ORS. The version field you can completely ignore, and then simply question 1 through question 7, there's a little pull down menu where you can enter in the rubric score for each student. When you're all done, be sure to hit save one last time so that all of your work is saved and you are done. You can click on the Illuminate Education logo to go back to the home page where we saw all of the colored tiles, or I invite you to click on the Reports tab to explore some of the reports that are now available to you now that you have some data in the system for Module 1. If you have any technical glitches or issues, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.